Hey, what's up, everyone? I just want to get into some breaking news. As of 9 minutes ago, it was reported that 7 Iranians have been killed in Israeli strikes in Syria, Watchdog News says. And the world's longest salt cave has been found in Dead Sea's Mount Saddam, Biblical Israel states. These are one of the homes from the airstrikes in Gaza. And there's a lot of anger over the fact that Trump officially recognized Israelis' annexation of the occupied Golan Heights. Right now, the Times of Israel, the Israeli Times, reported the United States has been slammed at the UN, or United Nations, Security Council for recognizing Golan Heights as Israeli territory, basically. 6 hours ago, they were posting their frustration, basically, stating that the fact that we recognized Golan as Israeli frustrated them greatly. Hamas chief says that Israel got the message after the morning of tense calm after their strikes that took place a few days ago. I'm going to share a bit from this article here, and I'll also try to leave the link below where you can check it out. This is Haaretz News. 7 Iranians were killed in Israeli strikes in Syria. Watchdog says that the Syrian army says that Israel attacked Aleppo industrial zone. Opposition reports strikes hit Iranian weapon depots. The Syrian military said Israel on Wednesday launched raids on an industrial zone in the northern city of Aleppo, causing damage only to materials, not to individuals, while opposition sources said the strikes hit Iranian ammunitions stores and a military airport used by Tehran's forces. According to the UK-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, 7 members of the Iranian armed forces were killed in the attack. The Israeli aggression targets some oppositions in Sheikh Nayar industrial zone, and a number of enemy missiles were brought down, an army statement said. Acting Forces Minister Yisrael Katz reacted to the attributed strike, saying that as far as Iran knows, it's Israel who struck in Syria. So they are reporting that it's Israel that struck, but there's no exact word. Iran obviously immediately blaming Israel for the attack. But the blast did cause electrical blackouts in Aleppo, the country's second largest city, and a major industrial hub that bore the brunt of the years of fighting and heavy Russian and Syrian aerial bombardment on its former rebel-held areas. They're wondering right now whether Assad's regime can survive an Israeli attack, because Netanyahu has outfoxed Russia, Iran, and the Islamic State of Syria, which is known as ISIS, which I don't even like stating their name. Military experts say Aleppo is one of the main areas where Iran's elite Revolutionary Guards have a strong military presence, supporting local militants that have for years been fighting alongside the Syrian army to defeat insurgents. The 2 opposition sources familiar with Tehran's military presence in the area said that the large ammunitions depot and logistics hub had belonged to the Iranian-backed militants inside the industrial zone which received the direct hits. Other strikes took place on the outskirts of Aleppo, used by Iranian troops earlier in less than a year. Iran's growing influence in Syria, where it has... Whoa, what's going on? Sorry about this. Obviously, Syria and Iran's archenemy is Israel. Iran has warned Israel that it would respond if it continued attacking targets in Syria, and repeatedly said that its military presence in Syria is at the invitation of the Assad government, and it has no immediate plans to withdraw. The strike coincided with an emergency meeting of the United Nations Security Council that was held at Syria's request over the United States President Donald Trump's decision to recognize Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. So right now, as you can see, biblical prophecy escalating at an exponential rate, seemingly right now, as escalating tensions are happening in the Middle East and around this world. Not only that, but economic issues and multiple disasters happening worldwide at an accelerated rate. Some natural, some man-made. Maybe all contributed by the elites, who knows? But many believe, including myself, it could be prophetic. But these events right now, taking place and escalating tension over Israel, were foretold in prophecy, specifically biblical prophecy. And the strikes taking place back between Israel and the surrounding nations in the Middle East are definitely something to pay attention to very closely as we head into the next few days, weeks, and maybe months. And years to come. Who knows? Who knows how quickly or how long this will escalate. I do know that President Donald Trump recognized the Golan Heights as part of Israel, and that frustrated much of the Middle East. And Israel, Iran, Syria, and Palestine have been battling back and forth recently, much more than in recent months, because of all of the escalating tension between the surrounding areas all over the grab of the Golan Heights. The Golan Heights grab frustrated Palestine and surrounding nations because the Muslim majority feels that they own the area, and the fact that the United States gave Israel that territory frustrated them, and it's caused rising tensions to escalate, and more fighting taking place. So we'll see what happens in the next few days, as the United Nations Security Council held this meeting, and they'll have more meeting in coming days, and President Trump will be doing more speeches and having more meetings, and we'll see what happens over the Israeli sovereignty in the Golan Heights. We'll see what happens. They're trying to say, oh, Israel got the message. They were actually planning on a lot more taking place, but the Gaza strikes ruined Hamas's plans, as well as Israel's at the moment. But we'll see what happens. A lot of interesting news here. Keep an eye on Israel. Much love. Peace. Bye.